Hello everyone, happy Thanksgiving and welcome to our live video where we're going to be investigating your energy. We're going to be doing some energy readings and discovering what meditation might be best for you. I had a lot of people when I put the email out just a day or two ago asking what would you recommend, and I thought let's do a video, let's get you to come in, have a little energy reading, tell me what your goals are, tell me what your challenges are, and I'll advise based on my expertise which energy healing meditation would be best for you. So it's going to be quite specific. We've had a lot of people who have sort of pre-submitted their goals and their challenges, so I'm going to work through those. If you come along live, if you join us live and you're watching and you think you'd like to have a reading or you'd like to know what I would recommend for you, just to find out and see what it's all about, see if it resonates, then just let me know in the comments. Just say yes please, or can I have a reading, and I'll see that and I'll be able to do that for you. And also if you're watching this afterwards, because I'm aware a lot of people might be doing nice things and spending time for Thanksgiving, if you happen to miss it, you can still put your comment in the comments, and wherever possible I will get back to as many people as I possibly can, and we'll have some really good energy today. So let's get started. So the first one I've got here, just in case you're watching the replay back, I've only got the letter L, okay? No particular name, just letter L. And they say, I can't find my purpose in this life. I'm 50 years old and still haven't found it. I want to know what it is and go do it. What do I need? Okay, so I'm going to tune into your energy a little bit, but I can already pick up a bit from what you've shared. So we're looking at life purpose. You're feeling like, it sounds like you're feeling like time's getting on a little bit and you haven't quite sourced what it is you're meant to do. Oh, I've got a really strong feeling. First thing I'm taking to is the solar plexus. You've got some solar plexus work to do. And I feel like a lot of this is about, it's quite strongly about your self-worth, how you feel about yourself, being able to achieve your purpose, whatever that actually is. There's definitely a block in the solar plexus. There's some work there that needs to be done. I feel like you really need that worthiness piece of energy in the solar plexus to kind of strengthen your energy and help you find your purpose. I feel until that is resolved and healed, you're probably not going to find exactly what it is you're looking for. So in regards to that, I would definitely recommend the solar plexus empowerment. And for any of these, if you want to go and check them out, you've got the link to our school in the description. Click on it and then you can search for any of these terms. And if you forget the name, just type in solar plexus, it'll pop up. We've got plenty of stuff there. The solar plexus empowerment will do two key things. It's going to clear out all the blocks that you have to stepping into your power and having that self-worth, and then it's going to actually activate your solar plexus, which is probably a bit shut down. I can feel like there's a lot of purpose and drive within you, but it's sort of like the self-belief part is missing a little bit. That meditation will help to repair that and put in the positive energies, because of course you need to have those positive energies in your auric field to send out into the universe to be reflected back to you and bring the good things that you're looking for. I feel that that's the only missing piece for you. I think that if you clear that, you'll find that you move forward quite quickly, although I'm also feeling tiredness, I'm feeling exhaustion. That's usually my signal for a really tired light worker. You've been here many times, you've done a lot of work, so you might also want to check out the light worker restoration, just to sort of replace the energies that we lose living lifetime after lifetime, and the struggle and the difficulty with that. When you put those things in place, you're going to find that finding your purpose becomes much easier. It is going to be much easier for you, so don't despair. It'll all align when it's ready, but there are things you can do to speed that process along a little bit. Okay. Next one we have is, I'm not sure if it's Al or if it's capitals AL, because there's no space between, so I think it's Al. Okay. I've been such a mess since my awakening started, and my energies feel on fire. I get surges and electrical charges. Sometimes bathing helps, but it always gets bad again. Okay, so what I can tell you is, straight away from what you've told me, and anyone else who is resonating with this is the same for you. If you feel like your energies feel very electrical, if you're aware of them, if you're getting sparks, if you're getting surges, if you're feeling sort of tingly energy, anything like that, and especially as you said, your energies feel on fire. These are all huge indicators of Kundalini rising. Okay, it's that Kundalini fire at the base of the spine that gets totally activated when we go through awakening. And that surges up through the main chakra system, but it can get really intense, it can get really over the top, and it can cause problems for us. Sometimes in awakening, we need to sort of train it down a little bit. When it's too intense, we're not really getting the most out of our spiritual awakening growth, because we are completely absorbed dealing with the symptoms that that intense level of energy actually causes. If we can calm that down a little bit, what you find is you can move forward without all the challenges being blocks in the way, and you find that your energy is much, much calmer. It's a much more comfortable way to awaken. And I need to tell you, it doesn't need to feel the way it's feeling right now for you to awaken. Okay, we don't get any gold stars for suffering more and becoming more enlightened. It's not like that. It's just a matter of really anchoring your energy. So I would say, you said, well, there's two parts I'm going to add to this. First thing is, I would go for the Kundalini Recalibrator. It's an energy healing that will literally turn your Kundalini energy's intensity down like a dimmer switch. It's going to train them to be calmer as part of the awakening process. That's what really starts to soothe these symptoms, and it stops you feeling the intense electrical experiences that you're having. You'll find it really calms down. But the next thing that you said was interesting. You said sometimes bathing helps, but it always gets bad again. And I would be interested to know, are you putting anything in as I assume it's a bath, are you putting anything in the bath that you're having? Some people use things like salts in their baths, and it helps to ground their energy. So I'm thinking, if bathing quite often helps, there's a possibility that your energies are getting congested and they need cleared. So if it's showering we're talking about, you're literally cleansing the energies of the day off of your system. You could look at the rainbow light energy clearing. That just gives you that regular clearing practice to keep your energies nice and clear. The other thing you could look at, I would say, is probably grounding. You want to bring grounding in as much as possible. The more you can ground, the more you'll help those Kundalini energies to just calm down just a little bit. And I think that'll make a big, big difference for you. I can see some people have joined us live. Please say hello. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. And also let me know if you're interested in having your own energy reading live on the call. If you've got any problems or challenges that you're facing, let me know what they are, and I will read your energy and give you a recommendation based on that. And of course, if you've got a goal too, we're happy to help you find your way to your goals. A big, important part of it. Right, let's see. Next one we have is, let me see, Jan. My challenge is that I'm anxious all the time. Oh dear. I can relate to that. I went through a lot of that in spiritual awakening. Very, very difficult. So she says, my challenge is that I'm anxious all the time. I feel afraid even when everything's okay. I can't calm my body down. It always feels like something terrible will happen. My goal is to be calm and panic-free in 2026. So you've included a goal, and I really like that. Thank you for including a goal in that, Jan. So the first thing that you said is that you're anxious all the time. You said you feel afraid even when everything's okay. And I'm really sad that you're feeling that way, because it's so common in spiritual awakening. But it's not necessary. It's not something we need to continue. And just to put some context out there, I had terrible panic attacks when my awakening started. It started with a lot of anxiety and then shifted into sort of cycling panic attacks. It was a terrible, terrible time. But once I got the energy sorted out, once I really knew what to do with my energy, the experience of that completely shifted. And now I don't get any of that. None of that energy is there, because I've done what I needed to do to keep my energies nice and calm. And now they know how to do it. That's why the energy healing meditations are so beneficial. They train your energy to maintain whatever focus it is we have in the meditation. So it's really, really important that you show your energies how to do that. And I can see Marie has joined us. Marie from the UK, hello. Fellow UKer, hello. Thank you for joining us. If you would like a reading, please just let me know. I'm more than happy to help with any challenge that you have right now. So Jan, talking about being anxious all the time, the first thing I would recommend for you is that we need to get you grounded. So for anyone who's experiencing a lot of anxiety, who's feeling afraid, you mentioned that you couldn't calm your body down. first step is we need to get you nice and grounded. So the best recommendation I could give you first off would be the Grounded Awakening System. That's our big all access package, signature course. You're working with me, you're working through the course as well to train your energies for every symptom you could have in awakening, to calm right down and still allow you to awaken at optimal levels. Really fantastic, a great way to move through awakening. The second one that I would suggest, if you're not looking for something just as involved, would be the Mother Earth grounding meditation, because it's going to just anchor your energies right down. If you can anchor your energies, you're going to find that anxiety calms down very quickly. And I know because I went through that too. It's a horrible feeling, absolutely horrible, but I want you to know it's going to be okay. We just need to get you grounded. The other thing I'm thinking is, you said not being able to calm your body down. It depends what you've been through in the past. I'm picking up a little bit of trauma energy. I think you've had quite a, I'm not going to go too deep because it's personal, but you've had quite a lot of ups and downs in your life, I can feel. And I think the intensity of that has definitely had an impact on your body. So I would suggest you take a look at the Mind, Body, Soul meditation for trauma. That particular meditation really helps you to move out of the fight or flight response. So it's got a real physical component to it, which I think would be helpful to you. That means that the grounding meditation will take care of anchoring in the energy, and the Mind, Body, Soul trauma release meditation is going to sort of release the roots of it, the things that are keeping it active in your energy, and heal that and resolve it. And then it's going to help you to calm the body down, because that sounds like that's a real problem for you, and it's not good feeling that sense of doom, like something bad's going to happen all the time. You said that your goal is to be calm and panic free in 2026. Well, I would say you want to use your grounding meditation regularly. Get grounded. Use the Mind, Body, Soul trauma release meditation to train your body into a calmer fight or flight response. And remember, all of our meditations take you into a theta brainwave. When you listen to those meditations and you sense that energy from the guides, that's the brainwave you're going into. When you go into that state, you're automatically coming out of fight or flight just by listening to the meditation. So use it and train the body and the energy in that space. I can see some other people have joined us. We've got William as well. Hello. Welcome everyone. Please let me know if you're interested in having a little reading for yourself, and I'm going to continue working through our pre-submitted questions. Right, let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. Lynn says, I can't find my twin flame in awakening. Everyone says they should be here by now, but no one shows up. I didn't think I wanted a relationship again, but I do if it's my twin flame. Can you tell me what I might need? Okay. Now I'm reading your energy mainly because it's very difficult not to, Lynn. Your energy is very loud. There is I'm getting a lot of chaotic energy. I feel that your emotions are up and down. I feel like you're having a really tough emotional time. I can really feel that. Okay. A lot of heartache. There's a lot of heartache energy, and it feels like that's what's driving this. So anytime you want, or anyone who's watching this, anytime anybody wants to call in their ideal partner, their soul counterpart, their twin flame, the most important thing that you need to do is heal the heart chakra, because your heart chakra will hold all the previous experiences, and that will include some relationships that you've had before that probably didn't go so well. Because if you're moving into twin flame territory, you've probably had a devastating relationship at some point. It's usually something that kind of breaks you through the energy of it. But healing the heart is vital, and there's two parts to it. One part is you need to be able to clear out all the history of any connections you've had before, some of which will be relationships in a romantic sense, some of which will be connections to your parents, to the authority figures in your life, to the people that you trust. You need to get that all cleared out and healed. And that's a process that requires quite a lot of gentleness and care. And the other thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that any cords or attachments to unhealthy relationships, to previous partners or connections, are completely cut. You don't want to be taking those connections into your twin flame relationship, because if you don't clear those out of your energy, they'll still be there. And it means that you're kind of poisoning the water a little bit. You're changing the frequency and the vibration. You want to arrive at a twin flame relationship feeling as pure and as clear as you possibly can. And then your stuff will start, because as you work together, it activates more stuff. You go through a deeper level of awakening. So I would say for you, the most important thing, especially because I can feel this emotional content is really heavy, go for the heart pain healing. That's the one I would recommend. Go for the heart pain healing, and I would say use it quite regularly. If you could use it once a week, that would be great. If you could use it more than that, twice a week, that would be wonderful, because I think there's a lot to work through, and every time you use the meditation, it's going to take you even deeper. It's going to keep clearing you out, so that's really important. And remember, everyone, we have our Black Friday offer on right now, 50% off all energy healing meditations, courses. We've even got some session packages in there where you're working directly with me. It's all 50% off using code BF50. So the link's below if you want to have a little look. But you want to be checking that out, and get your toolkit set. Get the things that you need to really move into an abundant and enlightened 2026, especially while this offer's on, because it's a once a year deal. Okay, let's see. Okay, Marie says, I would just like to know what my energy needs meditation. Okay, just going to tune into your energy straight off the bat. Straight away, the first thing that comes up is there's solar plexus stuff going on. There's content in your solar plexus that needs cleared. There's a lot of childhood stuff, Marie. There's a lot of childhood stuff that you're holding in your solar plexus. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that maybe hasn't been addressed. Things that your soul needs to come to terms with to be able to really accept. And you'll know what that is for you. We don't need to go into any details, but there's definitely, it's almost like wounding in the solar plexus. You're carrying a lot of stuff. Now, the fact that it's showing up in the solar plexus tells me that there might be some self-worth wounds, some self-esteem wounds there that need a little bit of work. I would say that that'd be really important to clear that for you. There's also an issue with the way that the energy is moving up your back. So that tells me that the chakras, there's two things I feel your energy is needing, Marie. I would say the first thing is you want to look at solar plexus work. You want to get that block cleared out. There's two parts to your solar plexus issue. One is I feel that it's self-worth stuff and the block in the solar plexus, and the other is I feel that there's some unresolved childhood stuff, some stuff from when you were younger that's really going to need looked at. So in that respect, I would advise taking a look and just seeing what resonates. But the solar plexus empowerment would be great for you. It's going to break down that block, and it's really congested. That's where you're holding everything in the solar plexus. Really congested, needs a bit of clearing, and needs quite a bit of healing and gentleness. I feel like there's not been enough compassion to support your energies and your solar plexus. So there's a little bit of something there, and the solar plexus empowerment will start to build that back up. I would also encourage you to check out the inner child healing, because the inner child healing is going to help you work through some of that stuff that's still kind of rattling around the basement of the solar plexus there. It's like, again, I really feel that strong need for nurturing and care and compassion. Your soul needs a bit of gentleness, and the inner child healing will definitely help you with that. I think that's really important. And I'm just feeling, because there's some sort of misalignment up around the back, or the back of the head, the neck. And I'm just trying to feel if it's actually just, if it's chakra stuff, or if there's something more there. Ah, I see. There's a lot of burdens on the shoulders. There's a weight energetically on your shoulders that's being carried. So we've got some burdens there. Now this can sometimes come from feeling, you know, the shoulds, the obligations, maybe putting other people before yourself a little bit too much. That can happen, but it could also be from previous stuff that you've carried. It could be from past life, but most likely I feel it's the weight of some of the heavy stuff that you're carrying in this lifetime, and it's creating some sort of energetic misalignment. Now, you don't necessarily need a chakra aligning meditation. If you use the ones that I mentioned, you'll resolve the blocks and it'll resolve the flow of energy. If you wanted to, though, you could take a look. We have we've got two. We've got the chakra alignment meditation and we've got the chakra attunement. They both do slightly different things. So if that was important to you, you could have a look. But you don't necessarily have to go down that route. The first two that I mentioned would get that solar plexus block cleared and then would allow your energies to realign. I hope that's helpful for you. And if there's anything else I can advise or you need clarity on anything, just let me know and I'll get to you. Okay? Anyone else watching that would like a reading, this is what I'm here for. It's the gratitude energy of Thanksgiving. I thought this would be a nice way to give back, help people understand what's going on in their energy, because you don't always know. You don't always know. Right, let's see. So we've got some more pre-submitted questions. Question from Jill. Jill says, it feels like my biggest problem is loneliness. There's no one to share this process with, and none of my non-spiritual friends understand. Well, I will bet, Jill, that most of the people who will watch this video can resonate with that. It's a natural part of the awakening process to feel kind of isolated, to feel a bit lonely. But what I will tell you is that your energy, I'm just trying to feel if it's emotional. No, it's not. It's a different sort of disconnect that I'm picking up from you. I would say that you would be in the realm of what we would class as a starseed. Your origins are spiritually a little bit different, very special, but a little bit different. And I would say that in order for you to really resolve that wound, it's not necessarily about just connecting with more people, because that's not going to do it. It's about connecting with people that you feel are like you on the soul level. So you're probably going to want to look for other star seeds, other people who align with those sort of star origins, who perceive that and who feel that they align with that. That's what's actually going to soothe that feeling in the soul, because it's missing at the moment. So I would really encourage you to take a look at connecting more deeply, maybe even discovering more deeply that part of yourself. I don't know if you already have, but you could take a look and start to understand what you resonate with. You know, what attributes are you in alignment with when you look these up, and I think you would find it really, really helpful. I would recommend for you the Starseed Sync. The Starseed Sync will help you connect with other starseed energies in a sort of grid network across the earth, and it can really help you to feel less alone. It's just going to energetically connect you back in. I think you'll find it really helpful. Let's see, Shailene. Hello, Shailene. Hello, is there anything for me, please? Of course there is. Right, let's have a little tune into your energy. Oof. Straight away, I'm brought right up here. Brought right up here. Now, the interesting thing, Shailene, is that this is presenting itself to me as headaches. Doesn't mean that it is headaches, but that's how the energy is presenting itself. It's all up here, all this congestion. And I'm feeling really strongly that you are incredibly intuitive. There's a big block, a lot of energy right in the way here that's stopping you from really getting into that. And I also feel like there's a lot of excess energy. You have the ability to be, you're quite an interesting energy, because I feel like you have the ability to be not only intuitive, but healing as well. You know, usually we get one or the other. It feels like you have both. And I think there's a real excess of energy in your system that needs to be discharged in order for you to really feel centered and calm. So let me know if any of this resonates or if there's any further clarity you need. But I would say we definitely would want to bring in some grounding for your energy, just to try and sort of calm that down a little bit. So the Mother Earth grounding meditation or the Grounded Awakening system, which would really take you deep, would definitely be somewhere to start. That's the course for spiritual awakening that we created. The other thing I would say is you want to be looking up at sort of pineal gland stuff here. So we've got the pineal gland, pineal, I actually forget the name, pineal awakening. just make sure you search pineal. I'm forgetting because we've got a few different ones, but the pineal meditation is definitely the one you need, because it's going to dissolve the blocks, the congestion that's here. And I think for you that the congestion is not just from this lifetime. This feels very much like previous lifetime stuff. I'm seeing you're saying you've been told that before. Good, I'm glad that it's resonating for you. You've definitely been here before. You've done this a million times, and I think as a result, there's just a lot of energy that you're carrying around about here. So we would want to get that cleared out, because until it's cleared out, you're not really going to be able to have the clarity and spiritual perspective that you need, and you're also not going to be able to use that gift to its full capacity. And I feel that would be a terrible shame, because you really have wonderfully honed skills. So take a look at the pineal activation, and what it'll do is it'll clear and just kind of decongest the energy there. It's all about decalcifying the energy, and it will reactivate it as well. And I think that's important, because while you have this, it feels like a part of your energy is kind of shut it down. It's like dampen the sense, because interestingly, it's usually because it's not safe. That's usually what comes up most from people, but I'm actually feeling it's so that people won't take advantage of it. I think that you've had an experience before, probably in a past life, where it's been manipulated and used, and you've it's like your soul's kind of shut it down to protect from that. So just be aware of that, and really make sure that you're anchoring your energies as much as you can, and just keeping this nice and clear. I would be really interested to know what happens when you do get that cleared. So keep us posted. I hope that's helpful to you. And if anybody else has any requests for a reading, just let me know. This is what I'm here for. Let's see. Okay, Kim. Kim says, I'm struggling with not being able to live my purpose. I know I'm meant to do something spiritual, but I've tried lots of things and it never ever works out. Am I wrong? Oh, okay. What I can say, Kim, is that it is entirely natural to have challenges when you're going through the awakening process, that you can't find your purpose. We all go through it. I went through it. It's completely natural. We all go through this. So what you really want to be able to do is not only find your purpose, but what I feel from you is there's tons of old energy there. You're going to need to clear out some of your previous sort of light worker experiences to really get clear on that. Really, really important. I would say check out the Castle Sween life purpose meditation. You're going to find that will really help you to dig deep into your purpose. It's going to clear out the blocks that are there and start to really shift things in a big way. I think you'll find that really, really helpful. You're not wrong. You just need a bit of clearing and you'll find what you're looking for. Shailene, I can see you're asking where you'll find that. You will find it at the link below. You'll get the link to our entire Teachable School, and it's got all the different meditations. And you can scroll through and have a look if you want to see what resonates, but definitely use the little search feature and just type in pineal, and it'll pop up for you. And don't forget, we've got 50% off just now, so use the code BF50 when you're at the checkout and you'll get it for half price, and you can use that on as many as you like if it resonates. Okay, let's see. If anybody else is looking for a reading, let us know. I can see Bonnie Gale. Bonnie says, migraines. Tell me more about that, Bonnie. If you're looking for a reading, let me know. If that's your challenge, I will definitely do a reading for you. I can feel some of that energy as we're speaking. Just let me know. Oh, there we are. Bonnie says, yes, I've been suffering from migraines. Right, Bonnie, let's have a look. Well, what I can tell you from what we've just spoken about with Shailene hopefully has been helpful to you, because I can definitely feel, again, we're up round about here for you. There's something else. There's a block here in the sort of third eye. I would say check out the third eye awakening for you, because I feel like you wouldn't need that much to get that cleared. But the interesting thing is there's something going on back here as well. Now, we don't have any specific main chakras back there, but I am actually picking up what I think is some sort of like a past life wound. There's been some sort of impact back here, and I feel like it is carried with you. There's some past life stuff that needs to be cleared. feel like you are an interesting energy, Bonnie. You're quite similar actually to, oh, I can see so much energy, terrible, 3 a day. Oh, that sounds awful, absolutely awful. So my immediate recommendation for you would be to ground. So we want to make sure we're grounding the energy down. It sounds like the energy is too much, and I feel like your pineal gland's a little bit too overactive. So don't worry, because any of the pineal activations or meditations that we have will readjust that, and it'll take it to levels that are suitable for you. That's why I work with the guides, because the guides won't just create one setting for everyone. They will read your energy when you do the meditation and say, right, Bonnie, that's too high, so we'll turn that down for Bonnie, where someone else might use it and they need it turned up a little bit. Okay, so they will adjust it. I would say we want to get grounding first. So, like before, the Mother Earth grounding meditation, quick 20 minutes, will help to ground your energy. I also feel that you need a lot of energy clearing. Your energy is so congested. You definitely absorb everything from other people round about you. You kind of are a bit of a sponge for all the negativity energetically, and I feel like there's maybe some shamanistic energy in your history, in your past lives, and it's almost like that sense of give it to me and I'll process it. That program's still running in there, and I would really want to get that cleared out for you, because I think you're taking on so much that the energy is just sitting right there. It's really, really heavy for you, and I can feel that. Oh, it's affecting so much for you. So get grounded first, definitely most important thing. Second thing is get clear. So the rainbow light energy clearing would be great for you, because it's not only going to clear the energy that you've picked up in your auric field, which I think is of key importance. You're picking up too much. We need to turn those levels down. That sensitivity is just, it's absorbing far too much. But the other thing that I think would be important for you, Bonnie, because I can feel your soul and spirit, is that it will cut cords to old attachments, to unhealthy relationships, to toxic dynamics, whatever's going on, because I feel like you're a very giving soul, and there may have been times where there's been a bit of being taken advantage of, a bit of manipulation, and those cords need to be cut. It's causing tension in your energy system. Let's just see if there's anything else that you need. And the other thing you could do, because I can see you're saying the new moon and the full moon mostly, we have meditations for both of those that will help you adjust. They'll make you less sensitive to the new moon and the full moon, but first and foremost, it's the grounding. The more we can get you really grounded, the more you'll find these different astronomical and astrological events will shift around you, and it won't affect you. It used to throw me completely out of alignment for like a week, a few days before, a few days after, just terrible. And now sometimes I don't even notice that the full moon or the new moon's been. I used to dread it, used to wait for it occurring. So definitely get as grounded as you possibly can. Just feeling to see if there's anything else, because your sensitivity is really quite high. I feel like this is really debilitating for you. It feels like this is, migraines is bad enough, but I feel like that doesn't really cover what you're going through. There's just a lot of energy back here. So definitely energy clearing, energy grounding, most important things. And you can take a look at the moon meditations if they're helpful. But it's all about, those ones are really all about turning down your sensitivity to those events so that you don't need to dread them every month. You can just get the best of it. Okay. I hope that's helpful. If you need anything else, please let me know. And don't forget, half price off. So use the code BF50 at checkout just to make sure that any of the ones that you choose, you're getting a good deal on. Okay. That will be going only until midnight Monday. So get in there and enjoy. Bonnie says it's so intense, emotional too. I do have rainbow clearing should this happen, and grounding meditation perhaps daily. Well, the thing with your energy is I think you would need to try that and see, because it's great that you've got what you need. The rainbow clearing will keep you nice and clear. The grounding meditation will definitely help. I would say go with maybe once every second day first and see how your energy is. If you still feel relatively stable, take it up to once a day, or take it up to daily, mainly because I feel that there's quite a lot of energy in your system. You might even benefit from the Kundalini recalibration to actually bring some of those awakening energies down, because your system's just on fire. I can tell it's intense. We need to get that calmed down for you. But certainly daily would be fine, but maybe just test it first just to make sure that it's okay with your energies. And if you need any help with it, let me know. Okay. Right, let's see. Next one we have is from Pete. I thought I was depressed, but now realise I'm having a dark night of the soul and I can't get out of it. Everything crushes me and life keeps getting worse. My goal is to be enlightened, please. We've got a goal here as well. Well, what I would say is, as difficult as it is a natural part of the awakening process. It confirms that you are going through spiritual awakening. I can see Bonnie says thank you. You're absolutely welcome, Bonnie. No problem, anytime. Dark night of the soul is a very challenging energy, but there is a way to speed as much as you possibly can through it. We can't skip it, okay? It's a part of the soul's journey, but we can sort of fast forward our way through it a bit. And the key to that is clearing out your stuff, really getting into clearing what it is that you're carrying. And I can feel that heavy energy. There's been a lot of traumatic experiences. There's a lot of childhood stuff that needs cleared. You know, I would also say for you, one of the key important things would actually be to use entity clearing. The entity clearing meditation, I would recommend you use that right away. Not because there's anything to fear, but because when I tune into your energy, it feels like the dark night of the soul that you're going through is kind of being sort of hijacked by other negative energies, and it's going to make it feel just so much harder, because entities can really affect your energies, affect your mood, affect your thoughts. It can make you really, really depressive, and it can really make you feel that there's not any light available to you. So get clear as soon as you possibly can. Once you're clear, I would say there's definitely a lot of healing that is required. I would say the inner child healing. I can feel your system might not be quite ready for that. All in good time. The inner child healing would definitely be one I would recommend. And the other one would be the mind, body, soul trauma release, because you need to get that out of your system. The other thing you could look at is the inner light awakening, because what you really want to do here is not only just cleanse your energies out and get them really settled, but you want to sort of just light that flicker, light that little flame that's going to help you to have some hope and optimism and to keep moving forward. So take a look at that, because I feel like in your energy, it feels like, I can't remember if you said it crushes me. Someone said that before, sorry, but it feels like it is actually crushing your energies. It's too much. So we need to really get the light in as quick as we can to just illuminate the darkness a little bit. And you'll find that the more you focus on that light, the better it'll get. So please check that out, because I think it'll really, really help. And we also have a specific dark night of the soul meditation as well. So it's going to help you clear through all the stuff that comes up in the dark night of the soul. But I feel for you, it's also important to be quite specific about what you need to. So have a look. It's the link below. Remember and use the code, because this is the half price sale. This happens once a year. It's only happening until midnight Monday. And have a look and see what ones of those really resonate with you. And if more than one does, you can still get the 50% off your entire total. So use it in as many things as you like. Okay, I hope that helps. And just so you know, you are enlightened. You said my goal is to become enlightened. You are enlightened by going through this process, but I think you need a little bit of light to hold on to. Okay, hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, Sarah. Sarah says, I constantly get psychic attacks. I don't want to say what they are. Got you. But it happens all the time. This has happened my whole life, and now again. It even happens when I'm sleeping. I don't feel safe ever anymore. Oh, that's awful, Sarah. That's really, really awful. Okay, don't worry. It's going to be okay. So first thing I want you to know is I went through this too. Anyone going through the awakening process does have some form of challenge, whether it's an entity, a wayward, a negative spirit. We go through these things. It's just because we're really light that we just are a beacon to these lower vibrational energies. Now, the fact that you're getting constant psychic attacks, and you said, I don't want to say what they are, I've got an idea of what they are from what you've said. But the truth is, it doesn't actually matter what they are specifically. The only thing that matters is that we clear the energy out so that you're not in a space where they are attacking you, and that we really get you in that sort of protective bubble. We need to make sure there's a protective bubble enforced so that you're really, really feeling safe and secure. Now, I would say for you, the thing I can feel, trying to be tactile to give you enough information without being too personal. The thing I can feel is that there is some wounding history. There's some traumatic events in your history that need to be resolved, because what I feel is those experiences, because of what they were, being in your energy field, sort of create a really low vibration, and you tend to find it draws similar vibrations. And that can be a really heavy experience. It sort of perpetuates it. So in order to move through it, you need to get it out of your system. For that, I would recommend for you, Sarah, the sacred sacral chakra meditation, because you're holding all of this in the sacral chakra. And what that's doing is it's creating a sort of dense negative energy. And then I think that other things are being attracted. Like attracts like, it's drawing them in, when that's not who you are. That's not your energy at all. You're a very light being, but it's drawing the negativity. So sacred sacral chakra, get that cleared out and healed. And the other thing I'm thinking is, you said something very specific. You said, this has happened my whole life and now again. So that tells me that this has been a theme in your life. Now, when you get a lot of psychic attacks, there's usually hints that themes in your life have been things like being manipulated, being controlled, being dominated, being in dysfunctional relationships, being in, really unhealthy dynamics, okay? Things that you need to get out of when you're ready, okay? And I would say that that's really, really important that gets cleared out. The rainbow light energy clearing, if you don't already have it, would be great for you, because it's going to cut those cords to all the unhealthy relationships and connections that you've experienced. And I think that's hugely important for you. I think that it needs to be as clear as possible, because it's perpetuating. And what you find is, it's a little bit like if you have struggled with boundaries, if you've struggled with saying no or speaking up for yourself, which I sense from you, you need to do a little bit of work on this throat chakra. And you can look at the crystalline throat chakra meditation. It will help to clear all that out, because you need to be able to enforce boundaries. What you tend to find is, if you've had to grow up or have life experiences where you're around people who don't respect your boundaries, people who don't honour your feelings, are really unhealthy, keep the dynamics really unhealthy, you tend to create the same energy in your field. So if you were unable to hold boundaries up in your daily life, and that was really challenging for you, you're going to find it's the same in your spiritual energy. The boundaries aren't there. So I would say, really get to work on that throat chakra so that you can speak up, clear communication, set your boundaries. And I think you'll find that it helps a lot. And of course, you can also, if you feel there are things hanging around, the entity clearing, it's like a sort of one-stop shop. It doesn't really matter what we're calling it, okay? Whatever type of negative energy it is, if it's a negative energy, get in there, get it cleared, 20 minutes, done and dusted, nice and clear, okay? Right, let's see, so I've got one more here, and if anybody else would like a reading live, let me know. I've got, let's see, Nikki. Since my awakening began, something strange happened. I feel spaced out all the time. I try walking outdoors on the ground, but I still feel like I'm not here. Please help. Of course I will. Okay, so what I can tell you is, feeling spaced out is quite a common complaint actually in spiritual awakening. It's the result of being ungrounded. Now, the spiritual awakening process naturally ungrounds us. Okay, it activates that Kundalini energy, sends it right up through the spine, and kind of makes everything quite volatile. So it's natural when you start to get ungrounded. You get a bit spacey, sometimes you get clumsy, You said you feel like you're not here, you can become quite disassociated from life, from your experience. That's all a natural part of being ungrounded, but you don't have to stay that way. So the most important thing that you can do for your energy is get grounded as fast as possible. Now, I've only gone into some of the meditations, but I really encourage people to search for what it is you're looking for at the link below. And you'll, whatever chakra it is, whatever challenge you're going through, just put a keyword in, and I guarantee you we've got so many that you'll find what you're looking for. The thing with this is, I think it's very important that you ground your energies, and there's two ways to do that. Actually, I'm going to give you three options just in case. First one, go for grounding, Mother Earth grounding meditation, 20 minutes, done and dusted, grounded. The second thing I'm going to suggest is that if you find grounding difficult, which if you're feeling spaced out all the time means you're really ungrounded, then I would say go for the Earth Star Chakra meditation. Now, the Earth Star Chakra is actually about a foot below the soles of your feet. It's down into the Earth Star Chakra. People think you'll get grounded using the root chakra. You really want to go for the Earth Star Chakra if you're struggling, because it's right down into the roots of the earth. And I feel like that would really help to ground you deeply and would stabilize your energies considerably. I'm just feeling if there's something else that you need. I think they're probably best for you, but you could also have a look at the Kundalini Recalibrator, because your energies are really intense. Your energies are really firing, really moving. If you can soothe that down a little bit with the Kundalini Recalibrator, you'll probably feel much better. So I really hope that helps. Anyone who is listening, if you're catching this on the replay, if you've got questions, let me know. If you would like a reading, let me know too, and I'll do whatever I can. I just really wanted to be here to help people know what's going to be beneficial for them, so that you've got the options, so that you've got that sort of expert advice on what would be suitable for you. I thank you all for being here, especially on Thanksgiving, which is really, really lovely. And don't forget the Black Friday sale, half off absolutely everything. Is a once a year sale. Really, really exciting. Use code BF50. You'll get it below, BF50 at the link below, and have a look and see what resonates with you. And of course, if I've given you a recommendation but you pick something else, you see something you think, I think that's what I need, go with your gut, go with what your soul is guiding you, because what you tend to find is when people start looking through all the different meditations, they jump out at you if you need them. So a colour pops out, or a word, or some image on it, and what to do is have a look at what it represents, go into it and read all about it, and you probably will see the symptoms listed and you'll be like, that's me. It's the weirdest thing, but your soul will absolutely guide you, and I hope that's helpful. Don't forget to make the most of that Black Friday sale. I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have. It's been really great. And as I said in the email, if you got it, if you're on our email list, I really am so grateful to all of you, because you guys being here means that I get to do my purpose. I get to help people through spiritual awakening, and that was a really big deal for me, particularly when I was struggling in my own awakening. I really wanted to make sure other people didn't feel the way I had been feeling, and you guys helped me do that, so thank you so much. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.